Well, welcome back to Splitwood. So I'm out here at the front of the property. We have a few trees that we need to take care of that are kind of falling down like this here. We had a lot of weather and a lot of really heavy rain, so it's very wet and muddy and nasty out here today. And it's a whopping 45 freedom degrees. So it's a little bit chilly, but that's all right. We're gonna try to do a little bit of work. I want to go back in, probably into this section here right near the entrance where there is a lot of pine and that sort of thing, and be able to maybe track down a couple of really good pine that will make good posts. Why do we need those posts? Well, I want to build a shed to start putting things in. Maybe start storing a few hand tools like shovels and other things like that out here. So stick around. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get to work. Oh boy, y'all. I can't figure out a way to get this. It's kind of in the way. It's out near the road, and I can't, I need to get it back out of the way because I still have more stuff to bring out. And this thing is sitting right in the way. I'm trying to figure out how I can hook this thing up to the truck and maybe drag it somehow. But see, I can't get much closer with the truck to the pile because obviously the pile's in the way, but man, I'm really, I got an idea. I think I know how I can do this. Yeah, I know how I can do this. Hang on. How about that, y'all? We got a tractor. Now we can really start to do some of the work that we've been needing to do. Difficult situations like this where we need to move this thing, but this thing is way too heavy to pick up and move or drag. This thing's so heavy, I can't barely move it. And you guys have seen me move some pretty heavy stuff before. I can't even barely get this thing to slide. So, here we are. And now we got this baby. How about that? Anyway, but now that we've done that, let me show you a little bit more, tell you a little bit more of the story, while I get this thing hooked up so we can move this. All right, let's go. There he is. That's a little bit bigger than the previous one. All right, there goes Logan from Athens Bobcat. He's just dropped it off, showed me how to run the machine, and now it's time to test her out a little bit. We'll let him get up out of here so we can move it back out into the driveway. We should be good to go. See, Logan, thanks so much, man. I feel bad for him. It had rained like crazy yesterday, and the road, everything is muddy, especially like where you had to turn around. I think that's a brand new trailer. I mean, he did an awesome job turning it around and getting it out, that sort of thing, but I think he got some mud on the tires and that sort of thing. I feel bad. This is how we're gonna make some serious progress. Let me, let's move it on down the way out to the open. We got a little bit more light. And hopefully we can show you kind of some of the stuff that it's got on it and we can get it ready to go. All right, let's do a little breakdown real quick. What we have here is a 2022 Coyote 2610. This is basically, as best as I could tell from everything I could look online, as well as talking with some of the dealers and that sort of thing, this is probably the heaviest, has the largest or the most lift capacity, 25 horsepower tractor on the market. Okay, I'm tripping over a stick. Let me get rid of this. Out of there. And basically this is Coyote's 35 horsepower tractor, 35 horsepower tractor. And what they've done is they've even put the 35 horsepower motor in it, but they've tuned it down, I believe on the fuel pump, so that it only has, I guess, 24.7 or 24.9 horsepower, whatever it will be below the emissions rating, so that it doesn't have to have any of the emissions equipment on there. So it doesn't have any of that. However, I have heard through the grapevine that all you need to do is remove one little part, turn a screw, and you can crank it right back up to 35 horsepower. Now that probably voids your warranty. So if we do that, it'll probably be after our warranty expires. So we won't play with it until then. I think it's got plenty of power for what we need to do right now, which shouldn't be too big of a deal, I don't think. Along with the tractor, so you can see it on the back here, we've got a I believe that's a 60-inch brush hog, and that's a Bobcat brush hog. So we'll kind of see what it's like. We've got the loader. We've also got a box blade. So this is going to really help us with fixing the road. Miss Splitwood and I have talked about making some paths around inside, like walking paths and that sort of thing on the property. something that she's really interested in. So we're going to make that happen for her. And that thing I think will definitely help. Both the combination of the brush hog and that box blade are really going to help. I think that both of these as well are going to really help us to reclaim all of the land after we get all of our mowers and things loaded up. And now guess what? I don't have to break my back anymore trying to pick this stuff up and move it onto the trailer. Now we can let the equipment do the work, and we don't have to, risk hurting ourselves. So hopefully we're in good shape. We're probably still going to need to do a few things. I still would like to buy some forks for the front of it to help us with picking up things, well, like this, the scrap metal over here, those sorts of things. So I think the forks will really come in handy. I just want to try and see if I can find a used pair, because they were pretty expensive at the dealer. The dealer even said, probably not best to buy it from us because the prices were so high. So anyway, we'll look at picking up something like that used. I'm not certain if I'll get the clamp-ons, because what we're lifting is not really heavy weight. I mean, we're lifting, 300 pounds-ish, that sort of stuff right now. So we might be able to, spend maybe a couple $100 and get some clamp-ons if those won't hurt our bucket, because we don't want to do that. There's a lot of specs out there. I don't want to do a tractor review on the 2610. There's lots of them out there, lots of reviews. I felt really, really comfortable buying the Coyote brand because of a lot of the reviews and things that are online. Guys that like doing 100-hour reviews, doing 200-hour reviews, 300-hour reviews, and most of those reviews are coming back as everything's working perfectly. Nothing's gone wrong with it. So we'll probably say a little blessing or a little something over this one, and we'll pray over it and make sure that we got a blessing on this. But this is the result of a lot of prayer. I think I mentioned in one of the very early videos that buying something like this meant that I wouldn't be buying a truck to replace my Toyota. At least not for a little piece. That sounds like it's a bad deal or a bad swap or something like that. And I hope this wind is not coming into the microphone. And by the way, testing out a lapel mic, so I hope this sounds a lot better, especially like when I'm farther away from the camera. Anyway, so regarding the truck, honestly, folks, I still really love my truck. I'm just not ready to get rid of it. It just runs perfect still. I've had it for a lot of years. It's never had to go to the shop. It acted as a tractor out here for the best part as it could. And it's still an awesome truck. I still love it. And so I'm just not ready to replace it. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me to get the tractor now. Wait a little while, and then maybe get a bigger truck later and hold on to my truck. And we all know that Lil Splitwood, I think he wants to keep that truck for himself. We'll see. It may be too old for him by the time it gets there, or by the time he's 16, I guess, to drive it around on the road. Anyway, so this is like I said, I don't really want to do a full review, but the loader has something like, I believe, 1,800 pounds lift capacity. Please don't, again, I'm not trying to sell you on this tractor. I'm not trying to do anything like that. What I am trying to do is just let you know kind of like where my mindset was. But the loader lift capacity was a big sell for me. It came with the hydrostatic transmission, so it's just kind of the foot pedal for forward or reverse. It had the upgraded seat. They got me a floor mat to cover the exposed steel on the bottom. Anyway, we did a few little upgrades to make sure there was some hydraulics towards the back in case we wanted to run anything back there. What we didn't do is have any of the hydraulics installed for the front if we wanted to add a grapple. So if we buy a grapple, we'll need to not only purchase a grapple, but also get the hydraulics installed to run it. So, but I think that's kind of down the road, and I wasn't really prepared to do a grapple at this point. Anyway, but let's see. Can I tell you or share with you why I made this decision? As far as buying a Coyote over a green tractor or a different orange tractor or a red tractor. And honestly, a lot of it boiled down to the dealer. So the local dealer, so Coyote also makes Bobcat tractors. So if you see Bobcat, it's also Coyote. It's all made through the same thing. But the dealer was super responsive. Not only did they make me a great deal on the tractor, but they also delivered it to me for free. And I'm about 50 miles away from them, so that's pretty amazing. Logan, thank you very much for the delivery. And Tyler, thanks so much for working with me on the sale and making this happen. Okay, so why did I choose the Coyote over the green tractor or the other orange tractor? Well, when I went, I think I posted several weeks back some pictures of me visiting those other dealerships. And when I did, I would leave my name, my information, tell them I was, very interested in moving forward. Just looking for, kind of the best tractor that fit us, that fit our budget, and that sort of thing. Because I mean, we're a very small channel. Our channel does not support the purchase of this, so this is directly coming out of our pocket. But when I stopped by the John Deere dealership, honestly, so this was, I think it was in November. Yeah, it was in November. I stopped by, I gave them all my information, told them what I was looking for, that I'd even be interested in something used or something brand new, that I was looking for a kit, something that, that would get me a couple implements to start off with. And I never heard back from them. Not once, not a phone call, not anything. And I know I gave them my number correctly because I texted it to them when I was standing right next to the salesman, and nothing. So I heard nothing back from the Ag Pro dealer, and that was pretty disappointing. In fact, there was another Ag Pro dealer nearby that I thought about visiting, but that kind of put me off so much that I was like, I mean, gosh, I mean, if I needed them and I reached out to them, was that the type of service I was going to get going forward? And I'm not going to lie, I would get a lot less tractor for more money. So that also was kind of a deal breaker for me. I had a very similar experience at the other orange tractor dealership. So I went there, talked with them, gave them my information, gave them my number, and I guess I looked like a person who wasn't going to buy. Yeah, I looked like a guy that wasn't going to buy. Anyway, so I got no response from them. The only other dealer that really was exceptionally helpful, that really kind of followed up with me, that would answer my questions in a timely manner, was, I think is the name I'm going to try here, Larry Stovson, which is another Coyote, TYM, and Branson tractor dealer, and they're in Tennessee. But that kind of put the dealer that I bought with too far away, in my opinion. So I wanted to try and work locally if I could. Mike over at Larry Stolson Tractors, thank you so much for your help, for your input. You're amazing, dude. Really do appreciate you. I'm sorry that I couldn't make a purchase from you, but I hope you do understand that I wanted to try and buy local if I could and have a relationship with my local dealer. Look them up. Look up Coyote Tractors. I really think they're worth a look. They may not be the right fit for you, but it was the right fit for me. And I really hope that in the years to come, that just proves to be the truth for us. So I just pray that God blesses this tractor, keeps it running strong without any issues, no problems whatsoever, and don't let it hurt anyone. I know I'm probably a little bit weird. That was kind of like a weird prayer over my tractor. When I built my house, my wife and I, we wrote scripture on all the on several of the beams and the the headers and all that kind of stuff that was going to be covered up by drywall. So it's all stuff you can't see, but there is scripture written throughout our house. Really funny story about that is the day that we went through and did all of that, the next day we saw the builder, and he was a little bit worried because he thought someone had come through and written graffiti all over the place. And we said, no, sir. Those are Bible verses, and we wrote those and put those up. So, we wanted to bless our house. And you know what? I think maybe we ought to find a good scripture to write on this guy here, and so that everywhere it goes, it can bless us, bless this land, because that's what we hope to do. We want to improve our land. We want to improve our homestead, and really start to get a groove on out here. So hopefully we can make some amazing progress with this machine. Super excited. I'm sure y'all can imagine how the fun really begins. Let's see what happens when we go through this. Y'all might be able to see better than me. Everything sounds normal. Going through again. Wait, I think I see something. No. I think we're okay. I am trying to also look as I'm going by. I'll lift it up, and I'm going to turn around. Okay, so I'm going back in, I've lowered it down, and I'm trying to watch where I'm going, but also what's to the side of me, so that I know what's coming up. Because we've never brush hogged this before, so so we don't know what's in here. There could be big rocks. There could be something like what I just found. Okay, so what we're gonna do is mash that. We're gonna cut our PTO off. We're gonna lift it up. And now we're gonna back up. But this is down in here. That was down in there. That would have been pretty, that would have been a problem. So let's flip it over. There we go. And let's get it out. Well, how about that? What a difference. There used to be this nasty little tall section of weeds growing up, and now we've got it cleared out. I know there'll be a lot of you out there who have brush cut before. This is a first for me. And wow, I mean, it just really, for your eyes, visually just opens everything up. It's amazing. It's so awesome. What we need to focus on now that we've kind of tested out the brush hog, we've used it, it works awesome. We need to go get us a couple of cedar trees. I honestly thought there wouldn't be enough large cedars, but all the way down at the end of the property, that area had a couple of really large cedars. So we're gonna go cut them down, limb them up, drag them down this way over to where we need them. Let's do it. Let's go get some trees. Okay, so there's two cypress trees right here. There's a smaller one that's really not all that good. It's only good up to about 6 foot height. But there's another one back behind it that's pretty nice. I may have to clear out a little bit of other space. To see if I can, so I make sure I've got space to get out of the way and all that kind of stuff. So bear with me. Oh shit. Y'all, damn string just broke off. All that work to get to this guy, and that's awesome. Okay, well, we're done. I'm a little bummed out because we just got to this point where I'm ready to start getting the trees that I want for logs to build a shelter for the tractor, and now the saw's gonna hold me back. Y'all want to see some more tractor videos? That's what we're gonna do now.
While y'all watch this, I thought I would say a special thank you to Jeff Gray of Madison County Ace Hardware for going above and beyond. Jeff didn't just repair my saw, he replaced it with a brand new saw and ensured I had a new 2-year warranty to go with it. If you're ever in Madison County, Georgia, please stop in and say hello to Jeff and tell him Matt sent you. Thanks so much, Jeff.
All right, so there may be some people out there who are wondering, Why a 25 horsepower tractor? You've got 32 acres. Why would you buy such a small tractor? Is it a big enough tractor, right? Now, I think I mentioned previously that this is actually this is the 35 horsepower tractor. They've just detuned it, or basically turned down the fuel pump or something like that, so that it only makes 25 horsepower to stay under the emissions. But basically it's the exact same tractor, weight, lift, you know, all that kind of stuff. The only difference is the horsepower. But what can it do? Now, y'all, sorry, I know I'm getting you in the sun. Clearing things like briars, I don't know if that's hard on a tractor or not hard on a tractor. I can tell you this, I run the bucket down in front of the tractor pretty low, and it starts to grab, and those briars hold on, and it starts to pull. And there was a couple times that, I think twice, where there was so much briar holding on to the bucket that the wheels were still turning, but we stopped moving for a second. So I had actually to back up and hit it again, and then, you know, we pushed right on through and it cut it up, right? But this is kind of a small section that's left over here. But I mean, you can kind of tell that's almost as tall as me, maybe a little bit taller in parts. This is not as thick as it was in some parts, but it's still pretty thick right here. Now I want you to take a look back on this line. Look at that. A 25 horsepower tractor did that. This was filled with this stuff. Y'all saw it at the beginning, right? Absolutely filled with this stuff. Now there are a few little trees, I don't know if you guys can see them if the camera picks them up or not, that they were probably like 2 inch, 3 inch. It ran them over, bent them over, but the brush cutter wouldn't cut them. So you can see, let me see if I can, ow. All right, so here is one of the things that it wouldn't cut. You can see it tried. Yeah, so you can see it took a good chunk out of it. But I mean, I got a pretty good sized hand, and you know, that's something that it would not cut. All right, these are the briars that it's cutting through. Look at the size of this thing. That's a briar, and that's what it was cutting through. This is the stuff we're trying to get through, and it cuts this stuff right up. Okay, this one it just bent over. It didn't want to actually cut it. Maybe I need to focus on getting some more of this cut, this briar, so that I can drop trees out here into the middle and then drag them. That way I can get the best trees I can. Anyway. Making progress out here on Splitwood. It's awesome. Thanks for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe. Really, really appreciate it. Please share. Please, if you know of any friends that might enjoy our channel, would you share it with them? Let them know. Trying to grow, so we would really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Y'all, look at that. That's just, to me, beautiful. Beautiful. And it's all thanks to that guy right there. Wow.